Hello and welcome everybody. Okay, so today we're gonna have a couple of dono leagues. The reason for this, as opposed to our usual schedule, is the fact that this week is Thanksgiving in the US, so it's gonna be a weird week in terms of the stream. I am going to be streaming today. There will be no stream tomorrow, and I will basically keep you posted regarding the rest of the week, because I will be, if I stream, I will be streaming from my parents' house. So it might be a little bit weird. So hang in there with me. But yeah, today's stream is courtesy of over 9,000 stabs. Thank you, stabs, for the continued support for the stream. And what we're going to be playing today is we're going to be starting in Modern with a Bant Ephemerate control. This is, of course, an AspiringSpike special. This is probably, so far, this might be my favorite AspiringSpike brew, which honestly, it's a lot to say, considering that I think that Spike is probably my favorite streamer of all time. And I don't think that there hasn't been somebody as impactful to the Modern format as him for many years. Like, this guy has changed and reshaped the face of Modern so many times already. But this one is just an absolute delight. And he took it to second place finishes both this past weekend and the previous weekend in a couple of Modern challenges. So he's been doing really well with this deck. Basically, it's similar to something like Soul Herder decks that we have seen in the past. The difference is that instead of playing Soul Herder, which is a card that forces you to play a bunch of creatures, this deck plays just Ephemerate. So what that does is basically just allows you to not have to play awkward and not very powerful cards like Calling Oracle and stuff like that, and instead of that you're playing very impactful spells like Remand, Cryptic Command, and even Time Warp. Obviously Time Warp being a combo with both Eternal Witness and Ephemerate. Once you're able to have enough mana, you simply just take infinite turns. Then we also have, of course, Udo, because Udo, right? Just because Udo. This card is messed up. And the real powerful thing about this deck is maxing out on Skyclave Apparition. Apparition is kind of a busted card, and it's even more busted when you combo it with Ephemerate. This means that decks like Red Black Shadow or stuff like that are basically walks in the park, because you just exile all of their stuff and leave them with silly tokens. So the interaction between Ephemerate and Apparition is super strong. We also have the Fun Raveler, because, you know, same deal as Suro. Like, these are just silly cards. And some Force of Negations. And Venser, Shaper Savant. Of course, this card we also saw in the past in other Soul Herder shells. So it's not particularly strange to see it being played right now in this shell as well. This card also very powerful with Ephemerate. The mana base is 24 lands. We only have the lone Mystic Sanctuary, and we have a couple of Mystic Gates. This is honestly probably like the secret to this deck being functional. Particularly, the mana is pulled in a couple different directions. We have double white for Apparition, triple blue for Cryptic, double blue for Udo Escape, double blue from Time Warp. Like, our mana is like pulled in all of these different directions, and Mystic Gate, basically means that, you know, your silly basic planes can actually help you cast your Cryptic Command, which is a huge deal. Definitely a combo with the Sanctuary, no arguments there. But Mystic Gate is secretly one of the big recipes for this deck's success. Anything else to cover? Not from the main deck. The sideboard has, you know, some extra removal, On Thin Ice and Path to Exile. Second copy of Penser. Tail's End, this is another AspiringSpike special. Of course, very powerful at countering Omnath, countering Karn, countering O-Stone activations, even countering Fetchlands. Aether Gust, messed up card. Veil of Summer, messed up card. 2019 at its best. And a lonesome copy of Teferi Hue of Dominaria for the grindy matchups. So that is what we got. And we're gonna jump into a Modern League right now. Actually, I'm an AspiringSpike sub, so maybe I can even get access to the sideboard guide. That would be exciting. Maybe I should have checked this. Yeah, Bant Ephemerate Control Cyber Guide. Sick. We even got a Cyber Guide. God damn. This is such good value. This is such good value. Okay, this is the deck that we're looking at. This looks really fun, man. This really looks fun. If I'm not gonna be casting Elvish Reclaimer, this is the kind of Magic that I want to play. Thank you, Stabs. Thank you. You're the real hero today. All right, let's go. No, Macy and Spider Dan. Usually my usual dono day is on Thursdays, but today we're doing a special thing because of yeah, I think they sent it skippable because of Thanksgiving. So because of Thanksgiving, you know, my entire week is gonna be kind of weird. So I had to fit dono day into Monday. I have a schedule in my Twitch, so if you want to see my usual schedule, you can find it there. Heath is our worst fetch land, so we're gonna start with that. Bolt your face, your face. So I assume that we're gonna have a Scourge coming down here. Yeah, that's literally the only reason for my opponent bolting my face here. I think I'm gonna get Temple Garden. Yeah, we're gonna get Temple Garden tapped, and this is gonna get a basic island. I guess I'd rather remand this turn. Gonna take some damage from this guy. I kind of really want to remand that. Like, I wish I didn't have to, but the thing is that if my opponent doesn't play another spell, we just get stuck with the remanded hand. Okay, so that means that we're going to be able to answer the Scourge, which is good. Wait, what? That's weird. Oh, they have another Scourge. Here we go. That one. Okay, so we might need to chump this one. We might need to chump this one and then next turn shock, apparition, trigger on the stack, Ephemerate. Never mind. I guess we're not doing that. I don't make you play the most good decks, or I make you play the decks that will do the most good. That is just true. Those are just facts. Someone to donate my weird deck, I just don't want to miss. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, since by that, it's fine. Like I can usually accommodate to whatever your schedule is. That has not really been a problem before. So at this point, I'm gonna take this damage because we died to. If my opponent had a bolt, we would be dead already. And Alright, so this is weird. We shock, we go down to 1. We Udo. We play, we gain the life, we play our land, we Ephemerate. The problem is my opponent gets the counter. They get the token, and they have a Swift Spear in hand that we know of. They don't have... What's his name? This is rough. This is very rough. What can we beat? Can we beat a removal spell? We cannot beat Lightning Bolt, so Lightning Bolt is not a card. We cannot beat Lightning Bolt. So I think the play is we just play a land and we Ice Fang into Ephemerate. We set up our blocks, we Ephemerate Apparition, with the trigger on the stack we Ephemerate it again. That seems like the line. Yeah. Can't beat Bolt. We can't beat Bolt, sorry. We technically can beat Fatal Push, though. Because they can't exile my dude. So, blue, green. Iceman Quaddle. That's actually a pretty nice insurance policy. Get a Plains. And we're gonna block here. And we block here. Then we Ephemerate, blink this, exile Scourge. And we can even exile the Ice Fang to draw a card. Which seems nice. Okay. We're still in this. We add white. We Ephemerate our Apparition. Exile that one. And with this trigger on the stack, I guess it's better for me to Ephemerate my own Apparition, actually. And exile the Swift Spear. This actually seems better to me because they don't get one more 2/2 token. If they have TVI, we just force it. When I build this deck in paper, what does force have to be so expensive? I mean, it's a staple in a set that wasn't really popular, you know? Does that matter? Because this trigger is already on the stack, right? Actually, this does not matter. This is fine. The Apparition already got all of the value that it was supposed to get. Now Ephemerate draws us 2 cards thanks to this Ice Fang. And this is why I wanted to make sure that the Ice Fang survived. Because we get to recoup a little bit of card advantage here. 1, 2, 3. Ugh. Damn it. So we gotta draw something here. We're not technically dead. Wall. Wall is actually quite nice. Wall is super nice. We can't fetch shock, so I guess we just play this tap and say go. So we do die to exactly TBR. Also, I fucked up and I should have played the forest so we could trade with the Goyf. I messed that one up here. It's kind of whatever because we are still gonna get Udo back, so it doesn't matter, but like we could have traded with the Goyf. Would have been nice to do that. Okay, last card in hand is that one. He put the dude in hand. That's a remand. It's not terrible. We're getting back Udo for sure. So green, green. Is there any spell I want to draw? No. Green, green, and we're gonna do blue, blue. Udo. We definitely exile all of the creatures. And nothing else really matters, so let's do this. I think we're about to get back into this game, chat. We're gonna get back into this game. This is wild. Udo, you're such a stupid fucking card, man. It is such a stupid card. God damn it. Oh yeah, just suicide in the shadow on the Goyf. Dismember my wall. Not great timing. Not the best timing I've ever seen. So we just block the Goyf, chomp the shadow, eat Goyf. We can also trade with the shadow. Oh yeah, because we just win because of time warp. Yeah, this is we actually just win here. Yeah, classic. Classic. Yeah, get out of here. Can I choose to not cast this, or am I forced to cast this? Yeah, we should say no. Attack you for 6. Down to 1. This guy takes another turn. Boop. That was cool. Okay. This deck is living up to expectations. The cheese standalone with the tier 1 sub coming back for 21 months on a 21-month streak. Thank you so much, cheese stands alone. Appreciate it. I am very confused. I guess this is John's Shadow, so 3 on T9s plus 1 Teferi, 1 Hero on 2 Veils, -1 Time Warp, 3 Forces, 3 Romance. That was such a great first game. that is such an insanely great first game. That is so awesome. Really showcasing the power of this deck. I mean, Apparition was that game, right? Apparition was just the entire game. So we're just gonna play a wall on 2. I guess we're gonna see what's up. We might. What is this? I think we just wall on 2. Yeah, I think I want a wall. We might have to jump here. Maybe. Wow, we could even fetch a basic forest with this rainforest. And then just Mystic Gate. Just means that we still have Cryptic Mana because of the planes. Mystic Gate is kind of sick in this deck. Yeah, I'm definitely blocking. Yep. I am blocking. Sweet, go nuts. Go nuts. Play this on thin ice here. We're gonna exile your dude. Yep. Come here. Get over here. That's from Scorpion, right? Was it Scorpion or was it? I think it was Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. Shadow? My shadow. We do need an answer for that Lurrus, though. We do kind of need an answer for that Lurrus. That's a basic forest. Here's my Ice Funquaddle. Oh, that's an answer to the Lurrus. What's the best way to go about this? Also, I just realized that on thin ice is no enchantment, so it actually helps the Ice Funquaddle have Death Touch. That is awesome. That is absolutely awesome. So we play Mystic Sentry, we hold up Ice Fang. Alternatively, no, yeah, we definitely do that, right? I feel like I do just have to save this on thin ice for Lurrus. Which, considering my opponent just played a 1/1 Shadow and Thoughtseize, sure. I guess maybe I should have Ice Fang in response. The good thing is that they can't take my removal. They can't take my removal because he just gets it back. Yeah, I should have definitely played the Ice Fang in response to this. That was a mistake on my part. Because this is the only thing that it's actually a little bit tempo negative. Yeah. Yeah, I fucked up there. Definitely fucked up there. I should have played the Ice Fang. That was silly. Because I was thinking, if I don't play the Ice Fang, my opponent's forced to take the Ice Fang, and then they can't take my Teferi. But like I actually want them to take my Teferi here because Ewit is what they get. Okay. Yeah, I'm locking. Just trade. So I guess I'm just gonna Lurrus and replay the Shadow. Okay. All right. Seems like a pretty good deal for me. I might draw a second Ephemerate, and if I do, I'm gonna cast it, so... Oh. This deck is great. For a second there, I forgot that this card was in my deck, and I forgot that this card is just busted. Busted. I guess I'm at basically a million lives. 13 life is a proxy for a million lives, so I guess I'd rather play Udo just so the Aura's in my yard. Gain some life, a little bit more of insurance. And I'm just going to on Thin Ice on the forest. Get rid of Lurrus. Pass the turn. Really wish I had found a land drop there. This is looking really good for us. I'm not too worried about this game. Worst case scenario, like my opponent's not playing Street Wraith, so worst case scenario is like they have a fetch land and they TBR me here, which seems like might be what's going on. It isn't. They just trade for my Ice Fang for whatever reason. Boil. Boil destroys exactly one land right now. Sure. Yeah, so as I was saying, we're doing good here. We're fine. Udo, the fairy. That's the fairy. Mystic Sanctuary. Sure. I just want to have lands in play here. One card in hand, which is a Death Shadow. Yep, I think we're good here. Another Shadow. Would be nice to have a Bant Triumph here, but I guess we'll continue to play around Boil just because we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this is Udo plus... This is Udo plus Apparition mana. So green, blue, green, blue. We're at almost 20 life at this point. Eat that one. We're done here. We are done here. My opponent's a fighter, though. My opponent is a fighter. So this is 5 up to 8. 8 times 2, 16. No need to block. Oh, they can't TBR. there's a fun rivaler in play. They can't even TBR. So this is just a bad attack, but like my opponent's desperate, so it's not like they have any options. All right, that was a pretty good start. That was a pretty good start. I enjoyed game 1 particularly because it really felt like we were against the wall, with our back against the wall, and we somehow managed to maneuver into a win. This Uro guy, such a douche. This Uro guy is such a douche. I really hope that our games play out a little bit quicker, because I might not be able to finish my second league if we're gonna be playing 40-minute matches. So I definitely hope that the queues work a little bit faster. But yeah, obviously while playing a new deck, I'm gonna be playing it a little bit slower than the average deck. Sure, this second league will crash and burn real quick. Yeah, I kind of hope that it does. I mean, I'm gonna keep this hand, and then we're gonna get paired against like Oops All Spells, or I don't know. If we do the thing at least once, it'll be worth it. Yeah, I kind of scrapped together, because your list was pretty unfinished stuff, so I did like some changes. Like I am not well versed in Pioneer by any means whatsoever, so I basically scraped together. I looked at other lists and I put together a sideboard. I have no idea if it's good. Hallowed Fountain. Mausoleum Wanderer. Okay. Can block only creatures with flying. Okay, so this guy doesn't really do anything. I'm gonna path the Wanderer though, because this guy can be super annoying, particularly when Cryptic Command is one of the cards in my hand. Sucks to give them a land, but actually I wouldn't be surprised. Like, they have Moorland Haunt, so maybe they might even sack it just so they have a creature, but I guess they didn't, so never mind. Okay, so the goal here is we just have to find some of our card advantage engines. Fuck. We're gonna take the 2 now. That really sucked. that really sucked. God damn it. We were doing so well. Like, remand their play, path their dude. We're just living our best life. And then my opponent just goes Cavernous Spirit. All my hopes and dreams were immediately destroyed. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. Okay, so this is just blue-white spirits. This is not Bant. So I'm just gonna return target permanent, and I guess it's gonna be the Cavernous Souls. This means that if they want to play the Rattle Chains, they have to play it now. This is a Spell Queller. Okay. So we just path the Queller on my main phase, I guess. Oh, that's so much better. That is so much better. That one. So if they play Rattle Chains here, which they do, we can just remand it. Oh, such a genius! I'm such a genius! And now we get value from my Celia Remand that was absolutely dead. Such a good player. God damn it. I'm so good. And now we get to Cryptic bounce their Shacklegeist. Return target permanent to its owner's hand, draw a card. God damn. 5-head Astral Ren plays. Hell yeah. I love how Astral Ren made an absolutely had an absolutely insane impact in humanity. People still talk about Astral Ren to this day. That's how good Astral Ren was. At least these are spirits and they're not like freaking. These are illusions and not spirits. That would be sick. Wow, they just main phase their dude? So their hand is Rattle Chains Unknown. What are we trying to do here? I think we Ice Fang. Yep. Rattle Chains plus Unknown. So I can bounce the illusion. No, I bounce the apparition. No, if I bounce the apparition, they just replay it. So if I plus here, I block here, Teferi goes down to 1. I guess it's just more value to bounce the illusion. We lose our Teferi, but I guess it's fine. Man, this remand is looking so bad. We managed to somehow get value from the first one, but this second remand is looking awful. Absolutely awful. The deck needs Titan to Ephemerate. I mean, I would definitely fire off an exclamation point friend right here. We need more lands. We need more lands, chat. Always. We always need more lands. I guess we don't want F6. Maybe they'll path my thing. Even if they path my Quaddle. Dr. Stack C, think of the follow. Alright. Opponent's cycling hard over there. If they attack with both going at Tef. Since both are going at the ferry, I think I'm just going to pass here. I can take the trade on the Shacklegeist. But I think that having a value target for Ephemerate is actually valuable. There's a land. Cool stuff. Cool stuff. So Wall of Omens blanks the apparition. Ice Fang messes with the attacks a little bit. Opponent does not play their dude. They do not play the Mutavault. Okay. So I think I block plus Ephemerate here. Get a little bit of value there. That's nice. That's nice. Okay, okay. We're doing stuff. Hey, Vandwage, how's it going? And my opponent does nothing. They just pass the turn. Ephemerate the wall. Play a land, play my Udo. I could Sanctuary back. I could Sanctuary back something if I wanted to. I think I don't. I think we just chill here. Now I am obviously gonna block because I already have a second Ice Fang, and my opponent continues to not use their mana. Every turn that goes by and this happens is just so good for me. Like, I understand that they're trying to squeeze value out of their cards, but they are literally losing on board. Like, you can only squeeze so much value. You just probably just have to try to rush me. Like, Uro is going to come down eventually. I kind of want to force this. But I don't want it to for one myself. Maybe I should have forced pitching remand. That would have been better, actually. Yeah, that would have definitely been better. I should have forced pitching remand. Sanctuary Cryptic is cool. I don't really think so, though. That is cool though. That is a good one. My opponent will probably have to do something about this one. And they don't. Okay, so now I'm feeling very, very, very good about my current situation. In fact, I think I'm gonna get back the path to exile now. And I'm just gonna get back Udo, draw into this path. Blue, green, Udo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I didn't really have to do that. The fairy is kind of doing the thing. The thing is now, if my opponent has an apparition, what do they exile? Do they exile the Teferi or do they exile the Uro? They probably have to exile the Uro, so then the Teferi just takes over. They also, oh, because of how they tapped, they couldn't actually activate Moorland Hunt. Nice. This deck is so much fun. It really is. It really is. I actually have been thinking about playing this one for a while. This deck is super, super tight. Selfless Spirit resolves. Rattle Chains resolves. Your dude has Hexproof. Second Rattle Chains also resolves. This is what I was saying, like my opponent was trying to squeeze value from their cards, but like it got to a point where I am just so far ahead on board that they just have to jam. Like they don't really have any options. They just have to jam and hope that it's good, and it's not gonna be. Spoiler alert, it's not gonna be, so at that point, like what are you doing, right? And now we just have all of our engines. And there's nothing that my opponent can do about this anymore. Ha! 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 That's funny. In case you might have thought there wasn't anything more busted for me to draw here. LOL. LOL. That was fun. Yeah. Your turn 11 Aether Vial resolves. Your turn 11 Vial resolves. Yeah. Whatever you want. It's you good. You're good. What do you want? They tapped Immutable. So path that one. Gradito think it would follow. Why not another turn? How? Cryptic bounce my Sanctuary, replay it? Sure, like I could have done that, but it would have taken me one more turn to get there. This is basically the same thing, except it's more fun. -11, let's go. It's not a loop just yet. Let's get the removal in there. Let's get the romance out of here. I feel like I want to be playing at instant speed. Time warp seems unnecessary, I guess. Force of Negation is so bad too. I guess we do have a lot of really bad cards. What am I supposed to bring in, like Tail Send? I don't think Veil is good enough. They might have Disputes and shit, but like maybe one Veil. But Tail Send doesn't counter anything at all. I guess I'm gonna have it Fairy. Like, I don't love it, but we just don't really have better options. Yeah. It's a hand with some removal. Is there a deck list for the Pioneer Reclaimer? Yes. But it will be available after I upload it. Like, whenever we finish this league, we're gonna be playing. We're gonna be playing the other one. It's a dono list, so I don't think it's very good. It looks fun though. You're hurt? You think so? What do you expect from me, Stabs? You expect me to lie to my viewers? Do you expect me to lie to my people? Now, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I don't think that it's... You will play the deck and break Pioneer. I certainly hope so. And by breaking, I mean maybe win one match. If I win one match, I think that we would have had... We would have done it. Okay. So we're gonna get... It's just kind of awkward, actually. Because I want to get a green source so I can Ice Fang. But I also want to get a white source so I can Apparition. But I also want to get a blue source so I can Mentor. So this is kind of awkward here. We could also just not get anything, but the problem with that is I'm gonna need to fetch Shock if I do that, because I am going to next turn at least end step Ice Fang Quaddle. I think I'm just gonna get a Temple Garden. It also plays around Boil Kappa. My opponent is really into the business of doing nothing, which is an interesting business to be into. Here's my Ice Fang. Here's my Ephemerate. We really gotta find a... Oh, sweet, awesome. I really need to hit a land drop, so my opponent just made me a favor. And not only did I get my land drop, but I also got nice little 2-for-1 there. What happens if I jam Teferi here? We totally do that, right? We run into exactly Force of Negation, But if they force, that's their turn. And it resolved. It's really nice how this is actually 5 CMC, so so Spell Cooler doesn't do anything. Good stuff, good stuff. Oh, they're cycling, yeah. Okay, this game is over. This game is done. We have successfully won this game. This is what the kids call garbage time. This is now officially what the kids call garbage time. This is now the garbagest of times. How will it feel to go from a 5-0 to an 0-5? Oh, I know that feeling a little bit too well, unfortunately. It's not the best feeling. Not the best feeling. I love how all of our removal is just exile, so my opponent... Literally all of our removal is just exile. So, like Morland Hand. My opponent never had the option to Morland Hound, which is awesome. That's a path to exile. Can you have a land? Was the best of times, it was the garbagest of times. Indeed it was. Yeah, I'm just gonna plus here. We can minus here, or I can just apparition. I think I'm just gonna apparition, just so I can use my mana. Also, it puts a 2-2 into play, so I can start attacking my opponent. What are we saving Venser for? Well, something like, for example, I'm planning to play my apparition here, and Venser can actually interact with my opponent's apparition, while Cryptic cannot, because of Cavernous Souls. So that's basically it. Also, if they apparition, I can just Venser my own dude if I wanted to. Venser just gives us a lot of options. Yeah, we've been in garbage time for a while. Stupid Aether Gust on his stick. I know. Did I see the blue-red Wizards Aether Vial deck with Venser? Deck was bad, the Venser was sweet. Are you talking about the deck from literal years ago? With like Delver and stuff like that? Like those kind of dudes? With the Fairy? It 5-0 like 2 weeks ago? Oh no, I didn't see it. With Naban. Is that the dude that doubles all the wizard triggers? It's so bad. It's so freaking bad. Jegantha. Okay. So Jegantha can be a couple of things. It can be 5-color Nev. It can be mono green Tron, or it can be mono red. Hopefully it's mono red. Worst case scenario would be mono green for this hand specifically. Mono green Tron, that is. And Nev is, I guess, a little bit in between. It could be humans too. I don't think that Humans has played Jegantha in basically forever. Been watching The Mandalorian? No, I don't have Disney Plus. Oh, no. Wait. Is this? I am super confused right now. I am very, very confused right now. I continue to be very, very confused. Jeskai Ascendancy? It does feel like Ascendancy. Now I'm pretty certain that they are playing Ascendancy. Wrong matchup to draw all 3 walls. Wrong matchup. Jeskai Ascendancy combo. Yeah, it's been a minute since I've seen this one. Sleight of hand. Am I cycling this remand right here? I guess not. Hexproof OP. Hexproof OP. I don't even know why we have the yield at the end of turn button when it does literally nothing. Since the latest update, it basically just doesn't do anything. What? How did the update change it? Like, you just press it and it does nothing. Like, it just doesn't yield until the end of turn. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, that's a good one. That is a good one. At least we got attack all back. Yeah, for sure. I really wonder what happened. Like, I know absolutely nothing about programming, so I have no idea what could have happened, but I don't remember ever being so many things that didn't work after an MTGO update. I miss Yield at the end of so bad. Yeah, it's I used it a lot. Personally, I used it a lot, but it's kind of annoying. Apparition is so awkward on this board. Apparition is so awkward on this board. They might have second silence, which would suck. Let's put force on top and draw it off the remand. 2, 3. So we could E-wit the remand, but I kind of want to E-wit the force. I feel like I want to E-wit the force. So the goal is for my opponent to not have a second Teferi, for them to not have another silence, or for them to not have another 0 drop. Like a Mishra's Bubble. But we can get comboed off here. Of course, like our hand was super, super mega awkward. Of course, our hand was absurdly awkward. Actually, now that I think about it, it's possible that I should have left the Teferi Resolve last turn and just Apparition it away. That might have been a better play. So here comes the Jeskai Ascendancy. No 0 drop is huge, because now we just get to do this. Play a land. 1, 2, 3. Get back force. Yes. Combat. Attack with everything. Glitter and Wish is fine. That's a good draw. That is a pretty good draw, I think, Chad. Silence is spicy. I think silence is stock in this kind of lists. You get an opt. This is your last turn, opponent, so you might as well make it count. I mean, they're keeping on top with everything. Like, what are they doing? Okay. So what this does is it kills the apparition so they can block with the 3/3. But because we were not forced to use the cryptic, we can just attack with everything. My opponent does that, and then we just cryptic tap their team. After they get their counter. We can also... Yeah, I think this is fine. No. What? Why did it go to blocks? Why did that go to blocks? Well, that's cool. Oh, come on, really? Because I don't have a stop on attack steps. I just got motoed out of this game. I just got totally motoed out of this game. God fucking damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, we're still fine, but it's just pretty annoying. Oh no, I think I'm gonna win anyway. Because we can Ephemerate the Eternal Witness, get back Force, and we have Cryptic plus Force. So we're still fine. It's just annoying to... Like, we actually had the win, right? We had the literal actual win right here. And instead, we are in a weird spot. It only makes it so the game is gonna take longer. It just makes it so the game is gonna take longer. I think that it's locked up. I don't think my opponent can beat Cryptic plus Ephemerate plus Force. Cryptic plus Force plus getting the loop going, right? Underworld Breach. That's an interesting tech. I'm gonna counter draw. Again, we have Ephemerate Witness available to us. This is game 1. I don't think my opponent has Veil in their main deck. They might have another. They might have more silences. That is certainly possible, but I don't think they have Veil in the main deck. At least I doubt they do. Maybe they do, I don't know. I really doubt they would have Veil. So we're just gonna have to play this slower now. Which is kind of annoying, honestly. That means no path to exile, because if they did have a path, they should have 100% used it there. Why not let Underworld resolve and just tap attackers draw? That would mill them quite a bit. Because my opponent has seal, they can replay the Seal of Fire, right? So they are actually stopping my loop if I do that. It also, it doesn't mill them. Okay, so Venser sounds good. Wall of Omens sounds terrible. Path to Exile sounds terrible. On Thin Ice, probably okay, even though I don't love it. We probably want all the Gustos. Apparitions sound somewhat good, but they are worse than Gust probably. Tailsend doesn't really do anything. Is Tailsend good in Modern? Yeah, it is in certain matchups. It's good against Tron, it's good against all the Omnath decks. I think this is cool. We probably don't want the Fairy. The Fairy seems like it might be a little bit too much. Like, I think I'd rather have Time Warp instead of the Fairy, is what I mean. Why there are so many 3-of, like Wall, the Fairy, Force? Is it for space issues? It's not my list, Baleful Strix. It's AspiringSpike's list, which was streaming when I started the stream. He's the creator of the deck, so I just copy his list. He got second in the challenge this past weekend. Sounds like a pretty solid hand here. Turn 1 birdie. The only annoying thing about that is, well, actually, because of our mana, we can't deal with that. Well, good thing they didn't just jam Ascendancy there, because it would have stuck. Do you get along with Ice Fang, or is there rivalry? That's funny. Yeah, Strix is the OG. Strix is the OG. I'm gonna go ahead and say that. Strix is certainly the OG. I wonder if this is a good matchup or not. Seems like it's possible that this kind of matchup might not be particularly great for this deck. It's a bird. Bird is fine. In fact, people do say that bird is the word. Snake is the word. Wait, do they have remand? No, that would be kind of awkward if they had remand, actually. No remand, okay, cool. Operation being kind of awkward. I think I'm just gonna thin ice one of these birdies, just to deny my opponent a little bit of mana. And the clock has started ticking. Excellent. Only 19 turns to go. Only 19 turns left and we're there, chat. I think I'm gonna take care of the uglier bird. Just so, you know, this is a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Blue. Repeal. Okay. I think I'm okay with that. We can just do the same thing this turn. In fact, it's nice because it kind of gives us something else to do next turn. So otherwise we wouldn't have anything to do. I think they're just gonna use Ascendancy, we're gonna get Veiled. Or Disputed. they don't really have too many options here, unfortunately for us. So we're just gonna bounce here. And then we're going to, on thin ice, that one. And hopefully we don't die. So my opponent has this turn to go off with the 4 mana that they have. I was hoping that we would be able to, you know, maybe find like a Force of Negation or something, but it is what it is. Our hand was forced though, because these and this card were effectively the same thing. But when my opponent discarding lands, I assume that we're dead. Just bought this deck on paper. Nice, Vinny. Yeah, it's been pretty sweet. This is gonna be the first game that we lose so far. Okay. Pretty unfortunate. They don't seem to have any sort of like counter magic. Their form of interaction seems to be silence. So I think that we just submit the same and we just hope that we draw a little bit better. Love to see the playing Ascendancy come back in the day. It was always a fun deck. I think it was just, it had the issue of always being like a worse version of Storm. It's possible that it still is a worse version of Storm. It's more fun. I certainly like it a lot better in terms of, you know, like the play patterns or like play style or whatever, but more fun is a big thing. Yeah, of course, of course. Let's keep this hand. This is the first kind of proactive hand that we've seen. Yield until end step. Let's see if it does anything. No, absolutely nothing. Why do we have a yield until end step button if it doesn't do shit? Yield until next possible game action. Yeah, exactly. That's how it feels like. I'm considering gusting this thing on draw step. I think I'm gonna do that. Off Hallowed Fountain. Gust is the new bolt. Changed my mind. Well, imagine if my opponent had a Baleful Strix right here, Baleful Strix, we wouldn't be able to gust the Baleful Strix. So, you know. Don't have don't have the other one. God damn it, they always have the Caryatid. That is so annoying. Maybe I should have shocked there just to represent something. This hand did not work out at all. You're saying they need to ban Baleful Strix? Yeah, they preemptively banned it by never printing it in Modern. Which is a pretty interesting move, right? Preemptively banning it by not printing it. Okay. Okay, we're doing stuff now. Now this hand does shit. Just don't silence me, bro. Yeah, Force was a good draw for us to have there. Found the Ascendancy. Opponent doesn't do anything. So I'm just gonna get a breeding pool here. We draw a card. Okay. Ephemerate is interesting. If I could hold up both Ephemerates, I think I might consider just playing the apparition here for no value, but... But since I can only hold one Ephemerate, I think it's better for us to hold up Force plus Gust. Yeah. My opponent's draw's been lighting up well. Venser. No Venser. It's pretty dope how that worked out. Oh, hello. This, blink here. This, blink here. I almost blinked the other one. Okay. Somehow never finding a land. Feels bad, man. Feels bad, man. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna 3 fairy, play the Fun Raveler, and I think we're gonna plus. No, I'm not gonna minus for a line, it's too greedy. Because if we whiff, we just have to go to this card, right? Like right here, we're holding on to Force of Negation plus Remand / Aether Gust. So we're not dead. Underworld Breach doesn't do anything, so that one resolves. So my opponent is casting a 3 mana Serum Visions. If that's the best thing my opponent can do, I think we might be in okay shape. And now we have the Fun Raveler in play. Boom. Snake. New Modern Breach decks have some equivalent of Brain Freeze, Lotus type thing. Not really, at least not that I'm aware of. So at this point, with the Fun Raveler in play, with Venser, Cryptic Force, Remand, Gust in hand, I think it might be time to... I guess I could get double... Wait, did I fuck up? This is... Oh, shit. Oh, no, yes. I think I fucked up. Oh, wow, I fucked up. We cannot get another blue source here. Another untapped blue source, that is. Oh, wow, I didn't think about this. Yikes. Big fucking yikes. Brutal. Alright, so I guess we might lose this one. I guess we actually may lose, because I'm an idiot. I didn't stop to think about the fact that we could not get a blue source. Like, we already have all of our dual lands that tap for blue in place. Yeah, of course. Gate, it was the play, but... No, I think I still want a Cryptic there, because Cryptic, hopefully, it can still draw me into another force, right? So we're still holding up. If I force there, we're still holding on the same amount of interaction, except that Cryptic draws me one card deeper into another piece of interaction, right? But it seems like my opponent did only have the one silence. So we might get away with it here. If they jam the Ascendancy, I do counter it. I could let it resolve and then Apparition, but they can go land into something, or they can simply play Mishra's Bubble and they untap all three other dudes, so... Not interested in doing that at all. So we're definitely forcing Pitching Venser. That was definitely bad, though. It obviously just shows my lack of knowledge of this deck's mana base. So like that was a very, very easy mistake to avoid. I just played the Mystic Gate instead of the Windswept Heath. Or I figure out my sequencing in terms of the order in which I get my lands earlier. Just make them a little bit different. I think I might be spending this coming turn just minusing on nothing. We could minus on an Ice Fang. It wouldn't really change the clock, so... Okay. This is good. This means that we can't lose this turn, so... That is definitely good. That is definitely good. We dodge the bullet. It's interesting to me that that deck plays Abundant Growth with no upside whatsoever. It's a Bird of Paradise. Got it. Okay. If I'm gonna do this, I think I'd rather just Udo here. So let's do blue, blue, green, green. Udo, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're gonna lead on force. This is good because what we can do now is we can force Peach Inventor to counter whatever they do. Then we can Mystic Sanctuary, put force back on top, remand whatever they play, and then we can gust into another force. So I think this was the best way to do this here. Gust. Put it on the bottom. Boom. What else you got? What else you got? Concession. I like it. 3-0. Yeah, how do they balance the abundant growth to hand stabs? Let's go to 5-0 with this deck. It would be pretty good, cool if I do as well. Yeah, I know that he went 4-1 in the previous league. I mean, this deck's legit. This deck is definitely legit. Alright, Brian, thanks for hanging out. Have a good day. Another Jegantha deck. Well, we're definitely shipping this. The one lander probably not gonna work out, but... Huh. Guess we keep this. Bottom the Ephemerate. We could also bottom the land. Guess I'm gonna bottom the land. Oh. It's this fucking deck. The Frozen Throne, thank you for the follow. Saludos desde Madrid, abrazo grande. Frozen Throne. Valagut. The Electroman. The Electroman. I'm playing the lane because it hides the fact that I can just Apparition this Electromaster next turn. Hablo español, sí, sí. Soy argentino. We might get remanded though here, which would kind of suck. Or maybe not. What's up, Andrea? How's it going? Eu sou falo português. Falo um pouquinho. Mas meu português não é muito fluido. I will block you. Yep, I'll block you. Coward. Coward. draw. Very, very interested in ephemerating here. Gonna let that one resolve. Well, that backfired. So now we just gotta find Uro real quick. We get a Temple Garden. Yep. Okay, so I just have to beat the tokens now. I'm not saying that it's gonna be easy without any sweepers. Yeah, Venser bounces tokens, and so does 3 Fairy. It's a lot of them, though. There is a lot of them. It's not a good draw. It's not a good draw. Actually, no, that's not a good draw. 1, 2. Let's play that. I was thinking about putting Ephemerate back on top because Ephemerate plus Venser answers 3 of these tokens. Apparition is a new favorite card. It is pretty good. It is pretty good. The combo with Ephemerate is very, very real, I think. I think there's actually a reasonable amount of value in doing this. Making it so the fairy survives. Nikachu with the raid, a party of 52. Thank you so much, Nikachu. Welcome, everybody, from Nikachu's stream. We're playing some Bant Ephemerate. Trying to figure out how to do this Ephemerate thing. But Lada, think about the follow. To be honest, empty is more likely to be a cyber card rather than the main. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I was a little bit surprised at the empty, if I'm being honest. Okay, so this is basically best case scenario. Because we just get to Venser the illusion. And then block one of these attacking the fairy. Yep, that one. So the fairy survives. Electromancer, which we're gonna eat with the apparition. Ah, damn it. So they're gonna get to kill the fairy. That sucks. I mean, all that we're really missing here is an Uro, right? All that we're really missing here is just an Uro. Even a Wall of Omens or a Snake wouldn't be terrible, because I can just Mystic Sanctuary back the Ephemerate and then just at least get some value from that. So we're actually still in okay shape. Like, my opponent doesn't have good attacks. Yeah, Ewid would be legit too. There we go. I guess I can get back 4s, but I don't think I do. At least I see what I draw first. I see what I draw, and then I see what I do with... Ugh, that sucks. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I guess I don't want to draw 4. I don't want to draw Ephemerate here. So that's going to be double blue, green, green, Udo, 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. I guess I got the wrong one. Whoops. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I guess it didn't matter. So now my opponent kind of has this turn to kill me. And then I'm going to draw 4s, so... Ewid plus the fairies for everything. Yeah, it's very sweet. Basically, Eternal Witness plus literally anything. Also, this is bad. Like, I have no idea why you would... If you're drawing a card off the Metamorphose, I have no idea why you would play this tapped before you do anything else. That was definitely a mistake from them. Okay, so green, green, 1. Ewit. Get back Ephemerate. Yep. We attack with Udo first. Path to Exile is what we draw. Yep. And I'm doing this on upkeep because my opponent might top deck exactly gifts. Path you. Obviously, I don't care about the Jegantha whatsoever. Ewid plus Shaktifun, right? Wrong stream. Ewid plus Primetime. You know it. Prismatic Vistas. My opponent's mana base is kind of weird. Sure, get a 5/5 dude. You get a 5/5 dude. Except now it's gonna be in your hands. Yep. They see the writing on the wall. See if we got a Cyber Guide for Storm. Nope, no Storm. Gus seems fine. I guess Tail Send is not very good. I will be right back. Gotta go to the restroom real quick. Paths probably can go. I'd much rather have on thin ice. The walls probably suck. Shave a couple of operations. Did you often compare with base and win percentage? So you can be 100% after one. I get, yeah, exactly. It's kind of weird. Couple of veils, maybe. Let's do something like this. That might be complete nonsense what I just did, but it's okay. This is an awkward one. This is certainly an awkward one. They moved to 6. I think I'm moving it in 2. Like if I don't find land, like none of my spells are castable. This is better. Yeah, I'm a lot happier keeping this. I'm gonna just bottom the time warp. Who cares? I used to have this powerful spell .deck. Yeah, I know. By the way, congratulations, Nikachu, on the top 8. You top 8 this past weekend, right? One of the challenges or whatever. It's pretty sick. The folk dominating the modern meta. Those guru basics though. Oh yeah, my opponent's fancy. Fancy AF. We can probably let this one go. I was considering remanding, but I think I'd rather remand this one, for example. Lamgain with the 2-1 sub. Now 15 months. Thank you so much for that. They remand their own Baral, which is pretty good for them. I don't think it's force good enough for them. Like, I'd rather hold on to this force here. They only have 3 cards left in hand. So we're gonna use this turn as a development turn. That's cool. That's cool. Okay, so this is gonna get a hallowed fountain. Holding on to this force here. You got a Baral. It's weird that my opponent's kind of creature heavy. In this matchup, I would imagine that they would rather be a little bit more on the other plan, right? 0 mana explore. Doesn't seem very good. Trying to hit a land drop here. Oh, I guess I did hit a land drop already. Whoops. Guess I shouldn't have done this. That's probably okay. Okay, I like that. I like that. I like that. Storm in this economy, yeah. My opponent is living in an alternate reality where Storm is good. Another Electromancer, you get. I'll block you, yeah. I'm doing this mostly because I want to enable this Uro. Repeal their dude. Is this something I want to force? No, I don't think it is. One, two, three. Yeah, I think what we do here is we just put a gust on top and get back Udo. Remand would suck here, but like they use their repeal. Oh fuck, that's brutal. Yep, that's a very, very, very good remand. Yikes. That's a very, very good remand. That was a very good remand, opponent. Good job. They also have Valakut Awakening, so they can basically cycle their entire hand. That's pretty hot, if I'm being honest. Like their redundant Electromancer can go. Gifts. And that's the one that's not resolving. Oh, come on. Third remand? Oh, Ceylon Division, okay. So they're digging. Second pieces. Oof. That's some good stuff in there. Some pretty good stuff in there. Valakut Awakening is pretty spicy in combo decks. I play around with it and you set free spells. Yeah. Valakut Awakening, I think it's one of the sleeper cards, I think. Past in Flames, Ritual. And they play the Valakut Awakening. So their hand is Metamorphose, Remand. Probably no attacks here. 1, 2, 3. You with back to force. This remand is gonna be very tough. We're probably gonna hardcast this force. And then they're gonna remand it. And then we're just gonna be very sad. Would be a lot better if you could pay the 3 life. Yeah, obviously. The 1 mana Foff. This one seems force worthy. Remander Foff. We're actually just dead here, actually. Yeah, we're just dead. I guess I should have... No, I shouldn't have forced. I mean, they don't know that I don't have force, but they're very likely going to go for it. Iset Boiler works. Okay, definitely got pretty badly there. House, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Welcome back for 6 months. For the reminder, Fran is the second best co-host on Titan Talk. Yeah, Jose is very, very good. I accept my loss to Jose. I guess my opponent is not really on the... They're not really on the Aria plan or anything like that. Whether works is interesting, works well dispel lands. It does, but it's also an ETB tapped land in a deck that gets pretty hurt with ETB tapped lands. Like my opponent's deck has so many ETB tap lands. Like they have the Saloon Divisions, they have the Valakut Awakenings, now they have Boiler Works. Like that's just so many ETB tap lands. Yeah, they might just be testing it. Pioneer Reclaimer. Yeah, I posted about it on Twitter. It's gonna be a dono list. Honestly, like this league has been super slow, so I am not sure I'm gonna have time. Like I only have 2 hours. So I might not be able to stream it. Like I was really hoping, like I gave myself 4 hours and a half. That seemed reasonable to stream 2 leagues, but I don't know if I've been playing against very, very slow opponents. I don't know if this deck is just very, very slow to win by design. Keep this, bottom that, and I think I'm gonna bottom Uro. And I'm basically gonna be on the remand literally anything plan. Yep, I'll remand it. Doesn't matter what it is, I'll remand it. Boom, remanded. Gone. What are the chances I die? I think I just jam. We might die here. Like, we might definitely die. Like, we know my opponent has a dude. But I think it's correct for me to do this and just hope that they don't have it. Because this means that now all of my spells resolve. I don't have to worry about counter magic. Okay. You're taking a break from MTGO? What's going on? Have we been doing a fair amount of losing? It happens. It happens every now and then. Basic forest in your storm deck. Okay. Okay. There has to be a limit. There has to be a limit to the amount of nonsense that you can afford. And this has to be said limit. This has to be set limit. Basic forest in Storm, it's a no-no. Yeah, they might really like the Veil or the Good Words. Just wait for the basic swamp. That'd be something. Niv Miset Reborn. No green mana so far. Kind of awkward. Ephemerate with no targets. Feels awkward, man. feels really fucking awkward, man. No 4 lands for Cryptic. If they bounce this island, that would be awkward. If they happen to bounce that island, that would be awkward. The exclamation point Fran for sure. Clearly this deck needs more mana. Okay. At least they got back the one that's gustable. So they have a gifts. Okay. Lightning Bolt. Lightning Bolt. Fuck. Ironic that you're playing Spikes this and getting mana screwed. I mean, why do you think that it's a meme, right? I firmly believe that he should go up to 25 lands. Like, I really, really do. Remand their own dude. Obviously, that sucks. So right now we're holding up Cryptic. We can also hold Cryptic plus Ephemerate. I think we Udo next turn. This might be the slowest Storm deck ever. No, I mean usually the matchups against control from Storm are super grindy. And you're just trying to, you know, get every tiny little bit of value that you can. Yeah, this is just how Storm beats lower decks, exactly. Steven RX, thank you for the follow. We're getting super owned by Remand here, but we can do the Desperation, blink my Ice Fang. What's going on here? Veil. Another gifts. I don't even know why this is here. Let's just remove it. It doesn't matter. Oof. Okay, that resolved. Does that mean they have another one? The hell is this? Past in Flames. Well, this is the YOLO moment, chat. This is the YOLO moment right here. Can we do it? Force? No. Alright, so we're dead. Man, too bad, too bad. Like if we had access to more mana a little bit earlier, I think this game would have gone our way. Also, the multi 5 obviously did not help either, but the multi 5 did not help either. Siding out an Ephemerate, drawing all 3 of them. Feels bad. I guess I didn't cut an Ephemerate, huh? Well. But yeah, losing to our mana was a little bit awkward there. I feel like I played that game correctly. I feel like I played that game correctly considering my situation at every point. I think that we were on a very rough shape kind of from the beginning because of our mana situation, which is really awkward. So this costs 3. And this they played after the Past in Flames? Bin this. Because we're just dead to this. And bin that one. I think it's still lethal though. It is exactly lethal? Yeah, it's exactly lethal. Feels bad, man. Oh, they just had another piff. Okay. Oh, man. Are they just harding on Veil as a medical? I saw no Veils. I literally did not see a single green card from my opponent. Not a single one. They're playing basic forest, and I did not see a single green card from them. In three games. Metamorphose, yeah, they really wanted to cast their Metamorphose off green mana. I think that was the idea. Still can't get over the basic forest, me neither. I don't understand. It feels like I have to keep a hand like this. They board the Inuro, maybe. Just casually splashing the double green card. It's for Weather the Storm. Weather the Storm. Gain 80 life. Come on, give me a land, baby. All I want is a land. I'm not asking for too much. All I want is a land. Thought scour themselves off a basic island. Land. And we lose. Because this is looking like a control mirror, and whoever misses a land drop in the control mirror loses. Moxie, thank you for the follow. Yeah, it is the control mirror. And it's a Field of the Dead control deck. Yep. Okay, I'm just gonna concede and move on to the next game. We can keep playing for a while, but we're not gonna win. So we're playing against Uropile of sorts. Is it Uropile? Or is it more like... It might be a little bit more like not Uropile, but like just Uro control, I guess. 2 Veil, 1 Gust. And we cut the 3 walls, 2 paths, 1 Ephemerate, and 2 apparitions. Bugnar said, yeah, something like that. Exclamation point Fran! Exclamation point Fran! Exclamation point Fran! Exclamation point Fran. Okay. This hand does stuff. Except it doesn't. But I'll keep it because it has lands. And my bar is very, very low at this point. I think I'm supposed to ship both of these. Nah. Let's ship that and land. Should make a spike command that recommends you to cut a land? Yeah, exactly. It would only make sense. They have Archmage's Charm and we don't. God damn it. I'm feeling pretty far behind. Just by definition, I'm feeling pretty far behind. Gonna win this match. Oh yeah, I'm not giving up just yet. I think that we're super far behind, but I think that we can come back if we, I don't know, if we draw like a couple of Ephemerates, we chain a little bit of value, and we especially need for my opponent to not have a great draw. Would I say streets behind now? We are like 2 houses behind, you know? I wouldn't say streets behind. Uro would be nice. Not really, Uro wouldn't do too much. The fairy would be nice. Some form of like remand, some form of delaying my opponent's game plan would also be nice. Like I wouldn't want to like force pitch my Teferi, you know? Half a block behind. Yeah, something like that. Half a block sounds reasonable. Mana Leak, sure. Why did they tank so much on that? Does that mean that that was the only counterspell that they had access to? And they didn't know if I was trying to, I don't know, like bait a Teferi or something? To be fair, I don't even know what my opponent's playing, and I don't feel like we can beat them. From a deck building standpoint, basically. Yeah, because of that specifically. So they have Foth, they probably have Udo, they have Field of the Dead, and I cannot really compete with any of those cards. Like, all of those cards just bully me. So, yikes. Gus with the tier 1 sub. Back at it again. Hell yeah, Gus. Thank you so much for that. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. Second month in a row. Yeah, Terra, I know. Like, I have already played my opponent's deck on this very stream, but like, I know what they are trying to do. I mean, I can do Fairy minus. If this resolves, maybe we have a shot. We know that they drew an Archmage's Charm. Cryptic Command. Just gonna jam here. If they have Force, I'm gonna concede. They don't, so we keep playing. Sanctuary back Force, and let's draw it. And we can hardcast it if we want to. And next turn, once we have Cryptic open, we can minus on the Jace. We know they have an Archmage's Charm, which is obviously a terrible proposition for us. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 lands to my opponent's 6 lands. But our mana is a little bit better. They might have Cling to Dust. Okay. Okay, I think I'm gonna plus actually. Now that I drew the Remand. Because this means that we have Vendilion Click. Fuck me. Fuck me, okay. Now we're fucked. Holy shit, V-Click. So good. So good. Well, the good thing is at least we didn't just like -3 into the Veil, right? Like that would have been an absolute disaster. This is a disaster, but it's like, let's say 8/10 of a disaster or 9/10 of a disaster instead of being like 17/10 of a disaster if I had minus, my opponent just failed. This card is just so sweet. This card is just so freaking sweet. Against so many decks too. Like it's great in the mirrors. It's very, very, very good in the mirrors. It is very, very good in the against like combo decks. It's super, super good against even like Titan decks and stuff like that. There's so many situations where the Dealing Click is just insane. Like look at what it did right here. Like it's so absurd. Like it forced the action on a moment where I wasn't ready for it, and then my opponent just completely blew me out. Like nothing I could have done. Absolutely nothing I could have done. Just got completely on. I mean, obviously we moved to 5, right? Like we moved to 5 in the control mirror. There's no understating that, right? There is no understating there, but like even still, like Click just did a lot there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is brutal. I can Udo. We can get remanded, we can get mana leaked. I guess we can't get mana leaked. Tail send. Yep. Opponent draws up to 9 cards. Yikes. Big yikes. We do have this Venser guy. Not sure how much he's gonna do. Okay, that's big. That is big, big, big. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I think we upkeep Venser. Jeez. Is Ren still the Fortune MTGO? Yeah, it is. I think we pick this fight on my opponent's turn. We use up their mana. I could have Veil there, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to set up this to Fairy, so maybe we can Time Warp. I mean, I don't know how we win here. Like, my opponent has 6 cards in hand to my 3. They have more mana than I do. We're not in good shape. Let's hope for no force of negation, because that would suck. They get back Veil. They have to have another force. Yep. Okay. Feels bad, man. Did any match, any game that we lose, I think that we lost 3 games to our mana base. Was it 3 or was it 4? At least 3 games were lost to our mana. People make fun of me always asking Spike to to add more lands to the deck, but I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. The deck looks sweet, but that's why Ren helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, we didn't lose against any Ren decks, but I don't think that this deck needs Ren by any means. Like, you're not really helping there. Like, Ren doesn't really help this deck in anything. Was Mystic Gate good? Yeah, I think Mystic Gate is very good. I just wish we had access to a 25th land. Because this deck is super mana hungry, like all the time. Because it just has so many mana sinks. That is my thing with this deck. Same thing with the Jeskai one, except this one is even more mana sink heavy. So it is even more of a big deal, I think, in this deck to try to play one more land, because you have so many mana sinks. Like, you have so many ways to use your mana between Udo, Time Traveler, Eternal Witness. Ephemerate just is such a powerful engine with all of your creatures. But if you cannot cast your spells on curve, which is what happened all 3 games that we lost. Or, like, I guess in the last game, it wasn't that I couldn't cast my spells on curve. It's just like I was just sent hands that didn't have any lands whatsoever. So -1 EWIT +1 land. I don't know what I would play. I would definitely don't want to play Hierarchs. I definitely don't want to do that, and I definitely don't want to play the Growth Spiral. Like, these are the cards that we're playing instead of Growth Spiral, because these synergize with our Ephemerates. Like, the whole point of the deck is to exacerbate Ephemerate's power, right? So I don't think that you can afford to play Growth Spiral and shit, but trim a wall. Yeah, the problem is, like, each of the cards that you cut has a cost, right? It's making your Ephemerates worse. Maybe Ewit is just the worst of the bunch, but at the same time, Ewit is just so powerful. Maybe the Time Warp isn't necessary. Maybe you can go down to 3 apparitions. Maybe you can go down to 2 Time Ravelers. Even I wouldn't mind. Probably cutting one of the Cryptics might be the line. Either the wall or the Cryptic. I could also see just playing 3 Ephemerates. Like, we don't need to play 4 Ephemerates. Like, this card is cool, but it's Splinter Twin, right? Like, this is a 2-card combo. I don't know. I might actually mess around with this deck just because I think it's fun, and then try like a couple of different builds. Maybe adding, I think I would add 1 more shock land. If Bant Triumph existed, that would be the card that I would add. That would be pretty straightforward. But since Bant Triumph doesn't exist, I think I would play another Breeding Pool, because the green mana seemed the toughest to find. It is at the same time the one that you are playing the least cards of, but playing Ice Fang on turn 2 is pretty often important. So maybe another Breeding Pool, or another fetch land even. Time Warp seems like a win more card. No, it's there. Like, I understand why it's there, right? Like, sometimes you need to go over the top. like against Amulet, for example, or against like the Control Mirror. If your opponent has like Omnath and a board of zombies, Time Warp is the way that you get to beat that kind of stuff. Because like we don't have Field of Ruin, right? We don't have Field of Ruin. So if your opponent just gets a field going, that's it. You're gonna have to win through that Field of Ruin. So Wall of Blossoms instead of Wall of Omens? No, like this is a million times more castable. In fact, Wall of Blossoms might just straight up be not realistically castable here. That's just I don't know. But yeah, this deck is a lot of fun. This deck is definitely a lot of fun, and I think it's super powerful. I think it's super powerful. So AspiringSpike might have done it again. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed it. We ended up 3-0. Couldn't lose, and then we couldn't win. So feels bad when that happens. But this league was fun. This deck is great, and I will definitely be playing more of it in the future. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.